if you've watched the content, you've seen Jesse's deck before. It's a Herald list with Ceratosaurus Fount, Frostback Bear, Lightbringer, some Men, and Summon Shining Hydra. It also has 3 Meteors. This Astrea deck is very interesting to me. It has 6 Illusion dice. I don't know how good the body inversion is going to be in this matchup, but I'm excited to see. It's got 3 Strength and Salamander, Monk, and Shadow Spirit. Some Men, Open the Gates. It's a lot of cards you don't see very often, and I'm excited to see where it goes. So Jesse leads with the Ceratosaurus. Normally he says that he only goes one or the other, Ceratosaurus or Frostback. I think it's okay to start both, but we'll see what he does here. So there's a Salamander Monk book and some Meditates. Meditating Way, Mark the Goddess, a Battle Seer, and a Summon Shadow guy. I don't remember what that card's called. Shadow Spectral Assassin. There you go. That was a card that I played some in 1.0 when we were first started because I thought it was cool, and then they changed it dramatically in the 1.5 redo. But so far seems pretty normal. He wanted a frog and 2 wolves. Back to Jesse here. He's going to play Frostback Bear book. Like I said, I think it's okay to play both. Obviously, both of those books are strong. This must be the Strengthen. Yep. This is a card that I've never really liked, but maybe undervalue. I've never played it very much. It's certainly interesting in this deck because all his dudes are so little and efficient that it helps him trade up. All right, there's the Herder, which I assume will be mounted by a dinosaur here any second. This is a thing you see all the time. Like, obviously these cards were in the same deck, but like, it seems like the Herder is not very good at his job if he just gets. Oh, he didn't activate Ceratosaur, but the Herder's not very good at his job of hurting dinosaurs when he just like always turns into a 3/3. Maybe he's supposed to be riding it, then he's like the dinosaur master. This picture is very cool. The artwork on Ceratosaurus mount. I find it interesting that he decided not to mount the Raptor. Maybe he's trying to bait out the Astrea ability. I'm not sure. Yep, so just what I said, Cam exhausts it so it can't be mounted. It's possible Jesse started multiple. He could have like a Shepherd or a Polarity Mage in hand. He's just gonna make a bear. Bear's always safe. Especially now that the Astrea ability is off, making Prospect Bear is good. Nothing on board to interact with it, and not a lot of things in his deck, honestly, that interact very good with it. He's got a Figures in the Fog, I guess. That's kind of a thing. 2 shadows. But Mark of the Goddess is not good against Frostback Bear. It's like good if they have a Frostback Bear in play so you can 2 something with it, but it will rarely kill the Frostback. Okay, there's a Monk in play. The Monk plus Strengthen is good against Frostback Bear. Obviously, Jesse still has the Herald Guard available. We'll see how this plays out. Jesse with 2 cards and 5 dice. Cam with 3 cards and 6 dice. Meditating away the second crescendo. Yeah, top 2 cards of his deck were crescendo. I wonder if he shuffled. Nothing we can do about it now. I don't know how I feel about these Team Covenant tokens. Like, they're okay. They're like very pastel. They're like Easter colors. Yeah, Law of Domination. It's kind of an interesting law. It's not like a very high value law. Especially since he gets the monk. Spirit back. Strengthen, attack bear. Herald blocks. No big deal. Just he activates a horsepower. Interesting. Okay. Swordsman. I kind of figured he has Swordsman in hand. Swordsman is pretty key to his overall control plan. The Hunter's Mark with the Swordsman is very good. Ooh, that's kind of spicy. That'll teach that Swordsman a lesson. But he can still kill the Rosefire Dancer with the Hunter's Mark. This card's very cool. I think it's a lot better than I originally gave it credit for. Having 1 life is like kind of a problem, but it is a powerful thing to like play a card, exhaust their thing, and then they have to deal with it before the next round because otherwise it continues to wreck you. You like them, Purple Teletubby? I haven't seen the physical ones. I'm sure they're high quality. I'll check them out. I finally got a table in that wasn't damaged by Amazon, so we're gonna start playing some IRL games. All right, 2-1 in play. It has some text on it, but it's not very relevant usually. It is kind of funny that this is good against like Outmatch. Not that you would really need an Outmatch to kill a Shadow Spirit, I guess. So the Shadow Spirit finishes off the bear. Ooh, a Gates. That's a hell of a Gates. Oh boy. That was insane. Second 2-1, second Monk, second Strengthen. You can just kill that Swordsman. That was a hell of a thing. Meditate, make a Monk, I assume. I think his Spirit Book's supposed to be exhausted too, but it doesn't matter. He doesn't have dice for it anyway. Interesting. So he decided not to. Oh no, he can still kill the swordsman with the. Oh, he just went to the face? Huh. I think I probably would have killed Sonic Swordsman. But he does have an overwhelming board position now. Okay. Both players with a pretty good roll this round. I feel like Cam has to be pretty advantaged here. He has the Astrea for the swordsman and like just a giant attack. I'm not sure he'll attack literally this right now, but okay. So now he's threatening the swordsman, but Jesse has to make the decision if he wants to take 4. Uh, he lets it go. Okay. Obviously a very good trade for Cam since that Shadow Spirit already did 2 damage, and it cost 2 less dice, and it got to attack again. That Gates Thrown Open was enormous. Yeah. Jesse makes a Ceratosaurus. I think that's good. You gotta like make it before he does something to that ally. Hopefully he can play another unit. I guess he can always summon Frostback Bear also. Wait, did I miss the main action? Did anybody see? Yo, Shrant, thanks for showing up. I will not be playing tonight. I'm only commentating. Jesse's playing 2 tournament matches, and I will be talking through them. Okay, so there's the bear. Man, I can't get over that Gates Thrown Open. That was brutal. Brutal, brutal, brutal. And this is a really interesting deck. You know, Jesse and I argue about Astrea all the time. I don't think she's great. I think that she's playable. Um, but Cam's deck, you know, you could essentially do with a lot of different Phoenix Borns. Um, that don't, you know, he filled up to 4 battlefield really fast. It was almost like not good for Jesse to counter that uh, Shadow Spirit attack. Maybe should have just left it in the slot exhausted. I guess I don't know if Cam has some kind of way to clear his board. Let's take a look. Okay, second strengthen comes down. Cam has 2 Nature's Wraths that would free up some slots for other attacks, but that looks like it. Okay, we have activated a Herald. Hunter's Mark on Shadow Spirit and attack. Yep. Okay. Yeah, the consume being very good here because he gets the Hunter's Mark back as well as getting the life. Yeah, that's a big swing. I've seen worse consume spirits, but consume soul, I guess. So Cam still has a lot of stuff going on. It's not ideal for him. Mark of the Goddess goes to the face. Is that real? I guess I will look because I didn't know that. Choose target unexhausted unit opponent controls. Deal damage to... What happened there? Deal damage equal to the chosen unit's attack while doing that unit take control. Chosen unit is the only... Oh, okay. If the chosen unit is the only unexhausted unit, you may deal damage to it. So he strengthened Jesse's bear and then forward him with it. That's kind of cute. Jesse is building his board back, though. I guess he can't really attack still because Cam has at least a 2-1 and another 1-1 in the tank. We'll see. He really wants to get that Sarasaur dead, I think, so he can replay the Herder. And I know we saw at least one other Mark of the Goddess go by, so that Mark of the Goddess play isn't super on the table anymore. Okay, so this is a Transmute Magic. All right. Yeah, it looks like Mark of the Goddess is the only like direct PB damage. Leonard, you're here to complain about being matched with Matt this round? Why? I know he's very good. It just like it's the best way to get better is to play the people that are good. Unless you have a particularly bad matchup or something. Well, I don't want you to lose either, Leonard, but I have to root for everybody equally. I do want you to play against the good players if you're in the winner's bracket, because that's how the tournament should work. We got another monk coming in. How many monks are in the conjuration pile? This is a card I don't play very often. 2 and 3. It's weird that there's more spirits than there are monks. Okay, Leonard. You'll be fine. Gotta have confidence. Go into it with confidence. And play good, and even if you lose, if you play good, you won't feel bad about it because that's the most important thing. You know, you can't win them all. This whole thing's for fun. We don't even have prizes. Someday we will, but right now you just get a shout out from us on some kind of content, YouTube or here or whatever. Speaking of YouTube, we're going to have I think next week my round 1 and round 2 matches up on YouTube for you people to watch that I did commentary for after the fact. It's exciting. I didn't do round 3 obviously because we did that on stream on Tuesday. That's true, Leonard. Fancy colors on the Discord. We got a frog killing that raptor and a spirit. I appreciate you guys being here and interacting. It makes my job a lot easier to fill these silences when the players are thinking. I can only analyze a board state like this so much where it's just like, guys, this is a pretty bold attack. Oh, the crescendo makes it a lot better. Yeah. So that's big. That's some big damage. Attack for 6. considering a block with the monk. Yeah, he probably doesn't care about that. That's a good block, I think. Got to get those monks out of the way now that I know there's only 2 in the pile. Got plenty of space for spirits since there's 3, but gotta keep 1 available for the other side. So this is a ceremonial power action. Getting back, I don't know what, because can't see. Getting back Rose Fire Dancer. Is Jesse dead to Rose Fire Dancer? I think he is. Yeah, waves. Rose Fire Dancer is, like I was saying earlier, is a very cool card. It's at any mode of the game, it's like 2 dice, exhaust a guy, which is like not a great rate for just exhaust a guy, but it also is like you have to deal with this or it gets you really good next round. Jesse choosing not to reroll one of his nature class. So, like I said before, the Mark of the Goddess was the only direct damage. And 2 of them have gone by. Jesse wastes no time frogging that dancer. I think that's good. Obviously. Spending 1 nature class. Oh, this must be a Frostback Bear. Yep. The issue with the Rosefire Dancer, of course, is that it has 1 life, and there's so many effects that deal so efficiently with 1 life units. It's a, high ceiling. I think he did swing with the Rosefire Dancer, Leonard. Jesse took it and went to 2. I think he was at 6 before. Yeah. I was also confused by that because of how quickly they changed the life totals. So yes, it did attack. It got in its damage. We're exhausting a raptor herder. Oh, just to stop the Ceresaurus, I guess. Which is good. Oh. Astrea has enough life here to play with that the 2 bears aren't probably gonna just kill her. So, especially with lethal in play, Jesse has to leave guys back. So he doesn't really. Oh, that's kind of funny. Does he have a way to do 1? I guess he can, like, if he forces the Herald Guard, he can flip the Hydra and then attack it with 1 of his guys. I don't know how Hydra actually works. I guess if it gets a head-on, it'll be, yeah, waves. This is a really interesting board state now, I think. It's only interesting with Jesse at 2. Because he has to leave all his men back. Obviously, Jesse has a bunch of guys in play now. Some meditates. One of them Battle Seer and some nonsense. Is that card? Oh, Figures in the Fog. I think Figures in the Fog, again, is a card that is a lot better than they originally gave it credit for. I felt like I wanted it in my deck for this tournament on several occasions. All right. Jesse's still playing units. That's a full board. So what is Jesse afraid of here? The Mark of the Goddess can't go to the face because he has a million unexhausted units. In Cam's deck, yeah, I think it's going to be tough for Cam to get through the last bit of damage here. Body inversion killing a raptor hatchling. It's going to be on Jesse to like not leave a blocker back for this to go south, because obviously he has the ability to ceremonial back any number of 3-power guys. Mark the Spirit, attack with Hydra. So this is really good if it works. I think it's very bad if he has figures, which I know there's one other copy of in his pile we haven't seen. But I think it's a fine play. Does he counter is the question. What do you guys think, chat? Would you, in that situation, would you counter? Or would you leave the Hydra with no damage on it to get healed? I think so too, Waves. I don't think I would counter. Unless he has, I guess, if he has Mark of the Goddess right now, that would be a reason to counter. Right, Leonard. The thing is it has to be this turn. It's not even just this round, because Jesse will use a side action next turn to make it need 3 damage. Thanks, Shrant. You're really adding to the chat here. Oh, it's exhaustible. I'm sorry, Leonard. You're right. Battleseer is a good one. It at least fights real good with the bears and stuff. And the mark's already been used, so he can't really trade up to it. And he's out of crescendos. Yeah, the Battleseer is actually really good here. What does Jesse have that deals with Battleseer? I guess he could have the other Consume Soul if he attacks one of the monks, and then he'd be able to mark the Battleseer and get there. Okay. The Strengthen looking really good here because it essentially makes the guys unblockable or unguardable. I admit Strengthen was good this game. I And he's got the mark for the win. He didn't need to kill the Hydra. Yeah, that was cute. I don't know how Jesse could play around that in any way. The strengthens were just make his guy unguardable and lethal to his units, so yeah, Jesse I don't think, because Jesse has meteors, but even that wouldn't do it because the monks persist. And so I think he was pretty dead in that round, regardless of what he did. I was impressed with Waves deck. I've been pretty impressed with these like little guy decks recently. The one that I played on Tuesday just annihilated me with Butterfly Monks and Peacocks. I'm gonna go jump into their Discord chat so we can hear a little bit about what's going on.
As soon as the units are gone, so it doesn't matter.
Hey guys.
So I would have killed to draw a meteor that game, Neil.
I mean, earlier in the game it would have been good. At this juncture of the game it wouldn't have changed anything because the monks persist, but
yeah, no, but I mean just saying like in general, like
this deck made the strengthen look really good. I will admit that.
Monk and Strengthen are just like one of the most powerful setups you can do. Because you just get 3 attack off of a 1-die unit that makes another unit after you're done. So
and the Strengthen with the Mark of the Goddess as well. Hit you for an extra 2.
Yeah. You got me twice with that, essentially. So anyways, I appreciate the game, man. Not much I can add. I don't think I could have done much differently from a lines of play perspective because I needed to get rid of that Shadow Spirit. So
the round 1 gates was just obscene.
Yeah, I knew he was going to do it because he had 2 O's on it, so I expected it with the books. I just wanted to weather the round 1 storm, thinking I could make the corner, like turn the corner after that, and
it looked like you were doing pretty good, but the strengthens really paid dividends.
The problem I have in this deck is like you can't run Ceresaurus, Frostback Bear, and Law of Domination. Like after playing 4 rounds of it now and 1 test game, like you're either giving up one of these 2 books, the Frostback Bear or the Ceresaurus Mount, or you're giving up the Lightbringer, or you're giving up the Lightbringer in order to play Law. And so I first 5'd the Law because I wanted a good way to get like a monk weakened or down to just the spirit version of the monk, essentially. Ideally, I was hoping I could trade into a monk favorably. I knew the strengthen was going to be one of those things where like I'm going to lose a bear, so I just counter the monk and like make the spirit and then play Law of Domination on another unit to kill the spirit and clear the board of the spirits. But like I think I just wanted Lightbringer over and over and over again there. Like
right, the 1/1 body on Lightbringer is also very good against the spirits and monks.
Yeah, and so like I knew I was stuck in that last play, and all I was saying before you jumped in was like, because I had 2 bears left, I thought about massive growthing one of my bears to keep it out of the strengthen range of the Salamander monks. Like it would take both strengthens on both Salamander monks. And I wasn't going to counter that, but that would keep them from taking the other bear, which could then block the Battle Seer. But I still think I'm just dead no matter what once we go into the next round. Like I have a Hydra that I can put a head on, and he's going first with a Battle Seer.
Even then, the inversion, if it doesn't heal, I don't know what it does.
It's got
if it has a head on it, gets recover. The head gives it recover, I believe.
No, it doesn't.
Oh,
so there's no.
I guess it
so I could even just body inverted it to kill it. Did I do damage on it?
That's true. Yep. So So either way, I was just dead anyways. No matter which way. I mean, there was just a million ways I was going to die there. So I just was saying like this deck lacks, just lacks good control. Like there's no control cards for it. So like the mark is not enough of a control card to like deal with the board. And obviously through a white board, I almost first 5'd a Meteor for that Gates play, just so I could like go ahead and Meteor after you had Gates and brought all these units back. But I just decided against that at the end, and I thought, well, I've got 3 Meteors, I'll draw into it, and I just never did. They're all right here. I mean, next 2 cards for sure. So 1, 2. So, like, I just didn't have the. I just didn't have an out because of lack of Meteor. Like, I needed to be able to kill the spirits and get them off the board completely, right? And Meteor would do that through just a single point Meteor.
Right, with one power dice at least.
Right, exactly. And like that doesn't hurt me so bad when I do that. Obviously, like I lose the Hydra in that exchange in that last board state, but I don't know.
She came back.
Yeah, I mean, it might have flipped the script enough that I could have regained the tempo, but I was just behind from round 1 tempo on, and this deck has no real good ways to recover tempo. This is not enough of a tempo recover card because it hurts you too much as well. So I just need I would have killed for a River Skull. I should I should have just played River Skulls in this deck, and I didn't. I knew like my Sonics were just dead against Astrea. That's why I didn't first 5 it. But that what ended up happening is once I played the law, I didn't.
You drew it off the.
I drew it off of
horsepower.
The horsepower, yeah. So then it was like, well, this is my only out because my last card in hand was a Lightbringer because I just thought, well, I'll hold the Lightbringer to play in round 2. But then I just drew another Law, and I'm like, well, I mean, like, I don't know what's better, Law or Lightbringer here. Like, I couldn't weigh them appropriately. So, in theory, my units should line up really nicely with Law against a bunch of 1/1s, but
seeing Lightbringer probably would have wrecked me.
Maybe, I don't know,
because you just force a Salamander, right?
Yeah,
but you take the 3, but then you keep that space blocked.
Yeah, I mean, possibly that's true. I mean,
Yoro, I think Astrea is a fine Phoenixborn. I don't think she's like tier 1, but I think she's definitely playable and sometimes good. But like Cam was just saying, there was a time when he had Monk, Spirit in play, and I almost think that you maybe shouldn't have countered with your swordsman when he like strengthened attacked your swordsman and just left him with with no summons space.
Yeah, I did debate that, but I just felt like it was I needed to get some value out of the swordsman.
Yeah, you're just if you make that play, you're like betting on him not having a Nature's Wrath.
Right, which he's got. I mean, he's got 2 in the deck. Yeah. But I guess I didn't consider that thinking about the 4. But there's none in the bin, so they are also in his deck.
Right. Anyways, it's a gamble, right? If he has the Nature's Wrath, then he gets you really good. But if he has
the cards that got me the worst were Mark of the Goddess, and then like committing to the Battleseer, like knowing that the Battleseer could come into play. I was like, I need to commit. I need to have units to commit, and you had 2 in the bin. So like when I looked at your card count, I'm like, there's a chance there's a Battleseer here, but I need to get rid of this Shadow Spirit because the 4-attack Shadow Spirit just clears like whatever unit I would plan to use. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
It was an interesting game. It seemed like you were like that Gates thrown open, just like sealed it at the end of round 1.
That's what happened in all my games.
Dude. Like left you with no guys, and he had 4 guys in play.
Right. No,
it gave me another strength in use.
Yeah. It was insane.
Quite good.
It was like it was just like draw 3 cards.
Yeah, I mean it was
insane.
I've lost every game in this tournament from round 1, and either a misevaluation of the round 1, and I didn't misevaluate this round 1. I expected Gates with this board setup with Strengthen and the Shadow Spirit and the Salamander Monk because it's just so cheap, right? Like it's so cost effective, and Strengthen's just
4 dice for 2 summons,
right? Yeah. And you get the Strengthen play, right? So like, yeah,
pay 2 dice, get 2 uses out of it,
right? I mean, I think I expected that. So I had predicted 4 of your 5 cards. I don't remember which your fifth card was Mark. I didn't know if you would mark
Rosefire.
Or Rosefire. Yeah, I didn't predict the Rosefire, but I just knew you were going to have a ton of exhaustion. So that's why I was like, I needed to play I felt like I had to play the books and just play through the exhaustion. And that was.
And I needed a trade on something. Like one of the spirits needed to trade to die.
Yeah.
Sure.
Or the Rosefire would have just been a dead card.
Sure. Yeah. No, it worked out fine. So, well, good luck, man. I hope round 5 goes good for you.